This first story reminded me of why I do this, why I share these success stories. It gave me chills all throughout my body, and it's just such a reminder of what we're capable of. Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, I'm Leeor Alexandra. Welcome to the V community. On this channel, we talk about spirituality, personal development, the law of attraction, and so much more. I completely said that backwards. It's been a long time. So Manifestation Mondays is a classic on this channel. I started doing these videos like 6-7 years ago. And the reason why we would do them is to just remind everybody that if one person can do it, then we all can. And to just remind us all of how magical life can be. Because I feel like we spend so much time in our daily lives talking about how bad the world can be and the negative things that happen to us. And really not enough time talking about our wins and the good things and the miracles and blessings that happen actually quite often. So sharing these success stories and having you comment telling me something good, that just raises the frequency of the entire planet, raises the frequency of everybody who watches and everybody who reads. Just a really powerful way to start your week and your month. So right now I'm sharing them once a month. Maybe we'll go back to once a week. We'll see how much you want that to happen. So today's stories are really, really touching. The first story reminded me of why I started Manifestation Success Stories, Manifestation Mondays. I'm someone who's practiced working with the powers of the universe, with the divine as my ally my entire life, right? More of my life than not, I've been practicing the law of attraction and using the powers of the universe and my higher self and of course God. And yet I still get chills all over and so excited as I remember how truly powerful and magical we all are. And these stories really are reminders for all of us. They're reminders to all of us that we can do it, that we have what it takes too. Before we get into today's story, I want to give a big shout out to today's sponsor, Hungry Root. If you haven't heard of Hungry Root, it's a tech-enabled personalized grocery service that delivers your groceries right to your door. When I started to use Hungry Root, I just took a short fun quiz before I signed up. I shared how I like to eat, my dietary needs and restrictions, and also my goals. Hungry Root then sent me personalized weekly deliveries of groceries filled with healthy and fresh foods. But my favorite part about using Hungry Root is that I get to discover new types of foods and snacks and new brands of products that I've never used before, I've never heard of before, and they provide a few recipes that you can make with the groceries you get delivered, or you can mix and match with what you already have in the fridge to make something new. So tonight I made tofu tacos with my groceries and it was so good. I also got a free gift, vegan chickpea cookie dough, and I'm actually mad at how good this was because I didn't make one cookie, you guys. I ate the entire tub, but I have no shame. Because Hungry Root is sponsoring this video, the first 100 people to use my code Leeor will get 40% off your first grocery order at hungryroot.com. Thank you, Hungry Root, for sponsoring. And now without any further ado, let's get into our really exciting Manifestation Monday stories. The first one is from Holly. And the themes that this story has is how to live on faith and make your own way and believe in yourself. How to rewire your subconscious mind, even in really difficult circumstances, and finding a community that feels like home while you create the life that you want. Dear Leeor, I never thought I would be sitting on a double-decker bus going home on a Tuesday night with a story to tell you, but here we are. Last year, my best friend introduced me to your videos and your page, and since then, my life changed forever. I've always considered myself to be a spiritual person, God being my guide in life. However, I had lost that side of me due to years of trauma. My parents went through a nasty divorce, which led my family to face homelessness, and on top of that, I was in an abusive relationship for many years. My best friend knew that change was needed, and she helped me get there by helping me reignite my spiritual side and inviting me to attend one of your seminars. This one really sunk deep. The sense of relief in knowing that I could rely on a community of like-minded people was not small. I started in small doses as I was skeptical. I would ask God for small changes in my day-to-day life, but I never truly believed my big goals would become reality. After a big family loss, I left the man that had been abusing me for years and was really terrified. I didn't have a clear path ahead of me. I was struggling with my career and I was struggling in every aspect of my life. I listened to the stories from our community and how meditation, visualization, and true belief were key to get to where I wanted to go. I started dreaming bigger, visualizing and telling myself what kind of reality I would be living in around this time last year. So she was saying she was doing this last year around this time right now. I started to realize that the universe had so much planned for me, and the path that I had been up until that point could in fact be changed. I also learned that limitation was my biggest enemy, and to achieve what I truly wanted, I needed to actually believe it. So I started manifesting for real. I set myself 5 goals that I wanted to achieve in 1 year. First and foremost, I was going to find a place that I could truly call home. I wanted to live with my girlfriends in central London. I was so determined. I remember thinking one day walking past Big Ben on a night out that I was going to live no more than a 5-minute walk away. At the beginning of this email, Holly let me know that she lives 5 minutes away from Big Ben. Biggest manifestation whenever, if you ask me. Dream big, kids. Secondly, I wanted independence. I wanted to be fully self-sufficient, since that hasn't been possible for me while I was in a relationship. The next 2 goals were to find my forever family, a friend group that I could rely on fully, where love was the basis of everything. I also wanted to be able to find someone who I could call my partner. Lastly, I wanted to find enough freedom to be able to support my family. The twist to this story is that not only did I achieve all of the above, but I also let my subconscious mind completely rewire in the process. You can tell and feel from the energy behind her words that this is true. Through our community, I found a level of inner peace that I only used to dream of. There are so many small manifestation stories that I could tell you about the last year, but it would be a never-ending email if I started. I have a large group of loyal and loving friends, an amazing job that helps me lead a lifestyle that I want and supports me and my family. The point of manifestation, I found out, is to elevate your higher self so much that no matter what life throws your way, you are able to use your reality as a tool to continue creating the one you want. I agree, and to just add a little bit of my thoughts here because this is so inspirational. Holly, I totally agree with you. The point of manifestation is to just continuously raise your frequency, continuously live in a state of love and openness and gratitude. And then in that state, you'll receive more and more of these things, sometimes things that you never even knew that you wanted or that you could achieve and accomplish and have in such a short amount of time, simply by vibrating in that frequency. And then healing goes hand in hand with this, right? Our healing journey assists us, all these tools that we're carrying to heal our past, to heal through trauma that we faced, and to create ourselves. This is a lifelong journey. This is not something that's one and done. You're receiving these tools through spirituality to be able to face whatever comes up, whatever challenge comes up for you in your life, and face it in a really potent and powerful and empowered way. Life doesn't become just completely challenge-less, right? You just become so much more equipped and graceful in facing your challenges so that you don't have to fall all the way to the bottom again, but you can kind of glide your way through, and it's a beautiful thing to witness. To continue the email, I now live in a constant state of peace and acceptance, but above all, abundance. I know that my reality is what I make of it, and anything is achievable. I thank you for sharing your journey and stories as you do. You've created something truly beautiful and helped me personally in ways I thought no one ever could, all the way over on the other side of the planet. So much love for you, Holly. Thank you for sharing, my love. And then this next story is from Nikhila, and I hope I'm saying that right, my love. I really don't like getting people's names wrong, so it's written beautifully, however it's said, Nikhila. So the themes of Nikhila's story are manifesting career, home, salary. She used the techniques of I have instead of I want, acting as if, living on faith, and letting go, being excited for what currently is around her. After college, I decided to move back home to the Bay Area while I look for a job. I really wanted to move to Los Angeles. However, I had no savings and didn't want to live with roommates. So I ended up getting a job in San Francisco so I could save up. While working there, I still applied to jobs in LA all the time for about 9 months. I was interviewing and applying, but I wasn't getting anything at all. I was also looking for something that paid at least $60,000 a year so I could afford my own place with no roommates. Around month 9, my coworker and my friend introduced me to the law of attraction. I started watching your videos and learning everything that I could. I started my journey on changing the way I think, changing my thoughts to I have instead of I want. I started talking about how much I love Los Angeles instead of how much I hate San Francisco. I started saying what I was grateful for every morning while walking to my bus stop. I started saying affirmations about how much I love my job and my boss, even though I didn't. And I really focused on being positive. Eventually, my friend and I would talk about how I am moving to Los Angeles, not if I move to Los Angeles. I started telling random people I met that I was moving to LA soon, even though I had no job lined up, but I was acting as if. This was around month 11 and I really started to believe it. I was in LA once visiting. A waiter at the time asked what we were celebrating. I told the waiter I just moved to LA. Once I came back to San Francisco, I decided I was going to put in my 2 weeks notice. My parents were really concerned. They wanted me to have a job lined up before I quit. So totally acting on faith. There's nothing, no prospects, right? But just acting on faith and doing it anyways. I kept saying, I'll have a job in April. It's gonna happen, even though I've been applying for a year and never got anything. This was month 12. And that's when I finally let go. I was going to quit my job and enjoy the free time I had. I was excited instead of worried about finding a job. So this is so key, being excited about your current circumstances. I just accepted that it would work out and that I didn't have to worry. This was the first time I didn't feel stressed about it. I put in my 2 weeks, beginning of April. 1 week later, I got a job in LA, paying $60,000 in the field I wanted, which is different from my San Francisco job. I got a perfect apartment with windows all over, which is also something I would always tell people that I wanted. And so I definitely think that all the techniques I used helped me come to a better place, be more aligned, but it's really when I was able to let go that things started happening perfectly and coming together. Your videos have really helped me change my life in the way that I think, especially your Manifestation Monday videos. I would watch them on my way to work in San Francisco and I would be so inspired, and it really allowed me to believe it will happen. So that's why I do these videos, so that we can hear that anything is possible, no matter how big or small it might seem to one person or another. A success story opens up pathways for other people to follow also. So this story was really beautiful because it's really just acting on faith, knowing what you want, and not allowing self-doubt to get in the way of that. Just continuously affirming that you will have this thing that feels so right to you. I love those stories. Thank you so much, my loves. Thank you for sharing with the community. The rest of you, I'd really love to hear your stories. What have you manifested lately? What's something good that's happened to you? Tell me something good. Let me know in the comments what's going on. Let's talk. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'd really appreciate it. If you join the fam, and if you want to support the channel, you can do so by checking out today's sponsor in the description below. I love you so much, and until next time, as always, keep your vibrations way, way, way up. Bye.